Let's move on now to the New England Patriots Training Camp Preview Series, where one of the top stories for them that we will dive into is their new offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien, and what he is going to bring to this offense and what should be expecting to see, what you should be expecting to see in the New England Patriots Training Camp. Ryan is also going to take a dive into watching the top defensive storylines, as he believes this is going to be one of the top defenses in the league, and we're going to dive into that here. Before we do that, if you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and also ring the bell to get notified when we create new content. We are doing a training camp series video for every single NFL team, all 32 teams with the top stories entering the training camp. We're also doing weekly game prediction videos throughout the entirety of the regular season. So if you want to see those videos and see all the Patriots predictions that Ryan and I make, be sure to subscribe to the channel and also ring the bell. It's the easiest way to get notified. And Ryan, let's get into it here.
Let's do it.
Probably one of the more underrated offseason acquisitions. And it's probably too because it's a coach. It's not the coordinator. If you go, and you know this very well, you go and look at the stats of the offensive team last year, the New England Patriots offensive stats last year, abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. That's what happens when you have a defensive guy trying to run the offense. Mm-hmm. Bill O'Brien's not a defensive guy. Bill O'Brien is the offensive guy. He used to work with Bill Belichick, correct?
Yeah, and Tom Brady. He led the 2011 offense that basically carried the defense to the Super Bowl in 2011.
So some positive success stories here.
Yeah.
What are you expecting to see and believing that you will see come the Patriots training camp, but also to then the 2023 regular season?
Yeah, so the first thing that I want to see come training camp and into the season is I want to see Mac Jones have one voice in his ear, and that is Bill O'Brien, who has control over the offense. They don't look confused. They know what they're trying to do. And I know that's a really small thing to ask, but after last year, where it was like they were getting multiple delay of game penalties a game, and like the offense, they probably ran 2 or 3 scrap plays a game. So if you're only running 45 plays a game, that is 1 out of every 9 plays is basically a scratch, right? Mm-hmm. And so I want to see some continuity on offense, and then couple that with I want to see the growth in Mac Jones, right? This is year 3. I want to see some tangible evidence that he could be the quarterback of the future. They have to make a decision on whether they're going to sign his 5th-year option or not after this season. And so I just want to see those two guys get together, similar to what Mac Jones and Josh McDaniels did in his rookie season. Mm-hmm. And I just want to see those guys get together and make this offense a lot better. And we saw inklings of that in OTAs, right? The offense definitely looked more on the same page, but it's kind of hard to get a good feel for that when you're in shorts and a t-shirt. And then couple that, I want to see some development in the wide receiver room. As of recently, DeAndre Hopkins is not signing with the New England Patriots. He is signing with the Tennessee Titans, sadly. And so with that, the Patriots, they extended Devontae Parker, right? They went out, they signed Juju Smith-Schuster. They drafted Tyquan Thornton last year. And then there's Kendrick Bourne, who nobody still knows what's going on with him. And so, like, I want to see this wide receiver group, and I'll throw Mike Gesicki in there as well. But I want to see these guys make plays, right? I know Bill O'Brien is going to do a good job of scheming these guys open, but I want to see them winning one-on-one reps. I want to see Tyquan Thornton use his speed to stretch the defense, open up the middle of the field so Juju Smith-Schuster has more room to break tackles, right? Mike Gesicki, that'll give him more room over the seam. I want to see an all-around better offense, and that includes offensive line play. Cole Strange should take another step forward in year 2, right? They signed Trent Brown, or they have Trent Brown at left tackle. They didn't sign another tackle or draft another tackle in the draft. They signed 2 guys, Calvin Anderson and Riley Reif, to kind of come in and have a veteran presence there. So that's going to be interesting to track. But I think the Patriots, they just got marginally better all across the board. And I'm really curious to see how that approach plays in 2023, right? And we haven't even really gotten into the defense yet, but I have very mixed feelings about this offense. I think Mac Jones could go for 30 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, right, for 4,500 yards, which would be fantastic, right? That's the season we all wanted to have. But I could also see him go for 18 and 15 for 3,500 yards again. So I don't know. It's going to be a really interesting training camp, and I think this is where you build the foundation and start moving forward through the season. So,
no, I think just having consistency is going to help out a bunch because you're right. I mean, I agree with you on the Kendrick Bourne aspect, but everybody else though is like Tyquan Thornton's your speed guy, and Devontae Parker and Juju Smith-Schuster are kind of your XY consistent guys right there. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be more in the slot, but they're still just consistent guys that can get open. And then did you have Keishawn Butte? Low risk, high reward type pick in the 6th round. I like that. Demario Douglas as well. I think maybe he could be a diamond in the rough. And so, and then as well, the connection with Hunter Henry, and then as you mentioned with Mike Gesicki, you have the pieces there. Like all the guys that we just listed there, that could easily total to 4,000 passing yards. Equally spread out amongst all of them. There's probably not going to be a 1,000-yard receiver this year,
but it'll be what it was
in good guys.
Yeah, it'll be what it was in 2021. I was like, Mac Jones had 2 850-yard receivers in Jacoby Myers and Kendrick Bourne, right? And then a litany of other guys in the 500-yard range, right? Which, again, like you said, that's fine. I just want to see that. And we did not see that in 2022, and it was a much worse product. But I want to see those steps taken. I want to see this offense be very competitive. I want them to win a game offensively. I think since like 2019, the middle of 2019, the Patriots are like 2-30 in games where their opponents have scored more than 20 points, which is just abysmal. Like it is in the modern day NFL, you have to be scoring 24, 25 points plus to be winning most of your games. I think this is a good segue over into this defense, and I think this defense is going to be phenomenal this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully Christian Barmore can come back and be healthy. Matthew Judon, I think, has 1 to 2 more years left where he'll be really, really good. And Josh Uche coming off a career best year in as a pass rusher. But then I also think you look at Christian Gonzalez on the outside. That is your true number 1 corner that I think a lot of people are hoping for. Technically, he's fantastic. I am a little concerned about his mentality and how much of that dog he has inside of him that I think you need to be on the outside. But then Kyle Duggar, rookie Marte Mapu was the story of OTAs. He was always in the right spot, right? He played linebacker and safety and looked like he was calling plays on the defense. Like he was so up to speed on everything that was going on. And like, that was really impressive to see. Jawan Bentley got extended, right? Keon White looks freaking huge compared to everybody else out there. And so this defense is shaping up to be.
Sorry, are you going to go through? Did I just miss you not bring up Christian Gonzalez? Did you bring up Christian Gonzalez?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. I must have not been listening. So I was like, he's going to bring up Christian Gonzalez, right?
Yeah. I already brought up.
I brought up Christian Gonzalez. That was the pick of the first round. I mean,
No, I said he's the true number 1 corner that people wanted, right? And then I was just like, I'm a little nervous about the dog inside of him.
Maybe it broke up a little bit there, or it broke up here probably. And so, okay.
No. That was the biggest thing that I think they needed on defense was that outside corner spot. Just because we were going up with Marcus Jones against Mac Hollins, who's like, Marcus Jones is 5'7" and Mac Hollins is 6'3" on the outside. And it was like, that's not necessarily a fair matchup. But anyways, this defense, they have so many different variations I think that they can throw at offenses. We really saw it at the end of last year when they started to throw curveballs at some of the more elite offenses. Like they held the Bengals to 24 points. Then they went and they held the Bills to really 21 points. They just had the 2 kickoff returns for the touchdown. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what Bill Belichick and Steve Belichick and Gerard Mayo can kind of come up with on this defensive side of the ball. Because I think the Patriots are going to be winning games 24-21, right? I think they're going to want to slow things down a lot. And with the offenses that are in this division, they're really going to be wanting to slow it down. So
and that's one thing too. On top of that, I'll just add then combination of slowing things down and then also trust the defense a lot is maybe Pierre Strong Jr. will have a little bit more of a say. I know they do have Ty Montgomery now, the running back, but I expect also Ramondre Stevenson to be the take a majority of the carries, which is abnormal for the Patriots because it is normally a running back by committee type approach. But so I think Stevenson's going to break 1,000 yards this year.
Well, he broke 1,000 yards last year, I believe. If not, he definitely did it in all-purpose yards. But
well,
I want to see him take a little bit of a step back. Ty Montgomery was hurt last year. Pierre Strong and Kevin Harris were both rookies, but Ramondre Stevenson, we kind of rode him into the ground a little bit last year. So I want to see him take a step back, and then hopefully his productivity per snap increases. And so I would love for Pierre Strong to come in. He definitely has the home run ability that we're looking for. I think he ran like a 4.36 at the combine a couple years ago. So definitely has the speed that we want. But yeah, I don't know what to expect from this team. Like, they have a really tough schedule. I'm not sure how good this offense is going to be. I think it's a crapshoot.
Yeah,
really. But I do have high expectations for this defense. So yeah, I talked a lot. What do you think so far about this team, and what are you looking forward to for training camp?
For the training camp, I'm curious to see how Bill O'Brien's philosophy is going to be implemented to the Patriots offense, so to say. And another thing too, then this is going to segue kind of into the season. How long is that going to kind of transition into like now they finally get it? Because for Mac Jones in his third year, this is now the third offense that he's learning, going from Josh McDaniels now to then Matt Patricia's excellent offense, then to Bill O'Brien's offense as well. So that's just a lot of change going on, and that just takes time to learn the playbook. How long is that going to take for Mac Jones and the team to get adjusted to that? And then who's going to be the star player that's going to come out of that? Is Devontae Parker still going to be the number one guy? Or sorry, not still. Is he going to become the number one guy? Is Juju Smith-Schuster's going to take Jacoby Meyer's spot? It's a lot of different routes, I think, and storylines, I think, on who is going to be the number one receiver for this team and who's going to become like the favorite in this Bill O'Brien offense.
Yeah, no, and I think it's going to be a variety of guys. One of the things that Bill O'Brien showed that I really liked was in 2021 at Alabama, he had Jamison Williams and John Mechie, right? Yeah. And those guys, he ran this spread, high-flying offense, right? A lot of RPOs, and he got those guys in space, right? He got them off man coverage in space. But then in 2022, they did not have those guys at all at Alabama, right? They ran a completely different system, and they basically ran the entire offense through Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah. And for me, I would love to see them maybe try to incorporate a little bit of both of those offenses together. Bill O'Brien, I think he's going to do what's best for the team on offense, and I'm looking forward to watching them kind of learn and progress and take steps forward throughout the season. So yeah. But we talked a lot about the Patriots. Let's go ahead and wrap up the Patriots training camp preview there. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe and leave a comment down below on what you think of the Patriots heading into 2023. Are you super optimistic? You think they're going to compete for the division title again? Or do you think that they're just behind? You don't like Bill Belichick as a GM and don't like his strategy of adding good players but not investing heavily in star players like DeAndre Hopkins? Let me know down below. And other than that, we'll see you guys next time.